Well, hello everyone. So today I would like to start talking about gun control. Now, to preface this entire video, I'm recording some gameplay from Cube 2 Sauerbraten, and I'm running Ubuntu Linux on a System 76 machine. So any lag, I'm sorry. I use desktop recorder. I apologize, but that's just the way things are. So I was playing Regen Capture, but as the topic of this video is concerned, it's about gun control and how I feel about it. I have my notes right here. First gameplay commentary, if you want to call it, that I'm going to be doing. So hopefully it works out. So let me start off with how I feel. First, I feel that people should own the gun they want. Now, but don't go too crazy stuff. Like if you want to own a bazooka or a grenade launcher, no. Unless you're doing like some sort of special like collector or something, or history buff, whatever, or museum, yeah, that's fine. But like if for own personal use, that's a little bit extreme and kind of impractical. Now, anyway, now the main concern is AR-15s, assault rifles. I have no problem if a person uses an assault rifle. I mean, I understand that you're not really going to be using it for anything. I mean, there's no true purpose other than to maybe shoot people or shoot just do sport, just shoot whatever, shoot targets. But it's your right to own the gun. There's nothing wrong with it. I have no problem with it. I don't see why people have too much of a problem with it. I mean, you're just owning an assault rifle. Now, what you do with it, depends. But I will address that later in the video. Now, I would like to go into okay, so the gun type and the magazine or clip, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. Like the mag size, the clip size, reducing it to 10 bullets, like it has to be under 10 bullets. It's not going to work. To a person who wants to kill people, they're going to kill people. Reducing it to whatever size isn't going to work. If, let's just say they have a pistol, only 8 shots in it, just hypothetical, has 8 shots in it, they could do more damage than an inexperienced person with an AR-15. How, if they have enough mags or clips, I'm not entirely sure, I'm not very well educated on that. If they have enough of those, and they're very good with using a pistol, they could easily reload and keep on going, and if they're smart enough, avoid getting killed or, taken down. They can do more damage if they were to do it. Yes, assault rifles make it slightly easier, but then again, they're a lot more intimidating, so, especially with the recent shootings, these, I think the Aurora shooting was the only one that, really the guy went full out and thought this out. The other ones were just sort of there, just happened. Just went with the flow. Didn't really plan it out too much, I don't think. Especially with the Connecticut one who was an autistic kid, which, that seems, he may have planned it out, I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't really seem too planned out. But yeah, I can do just as much damage with a pistol if I have enough rounds as I can with an assault rifle or a shotgun. It just depends on how bad I want it, how much I've prepared for it. Now, as far as requirements for owning guns, I believe that mental health checks should be a staple. Like, that should be the biggest requirement. You can't own a gun, any gun, unless you've had a mental health test done on you. Because I think one of the biggest problems that in the United States that we have is like the lack of regulation as far as guns. I mean, I can go to a dealer and get an assault rifle, and I don't need a background check. I don't need any of that. And I can get it, and perfectly legal. I believe background checks need to be done. Mental health checks is a big thing. And this leads into my next argument, how to own a gun, any gun, there should be like a tiered process. Like, you have to own this gun before you can go to the other one. So let's say you start off with, and this is just hypothetical. I mean, if I was actually coming up with a plan, this would dedicate an entire video to that. So, for this hypothetical process, say you go own a taser. Maybe you don't really need a mental health check for that, but you need some training in that. You have to own that for say 6 months before you can move on to go owning a handgun. And when you own a handgun, you have to go get a mental health check, and you have to do all these training and go to a range every so often and own it for a certain amount of time before you can move on to, say, a shotgun. And then just keep it that certain amount of time before you can move on with a hunting rifle. And then by the end, the last one would be the assault rifle. So by the time you've reached the assault rifle, you are very well experienced with owning guns, and you have had multiple mental health checks and tests. So the person who owns, in this process, the person who owns the assault rifle is well educated, and it is done by the test. So we are 95% sure that this person's not mentally insane. Now, that's, whether they can trick the system, it's an entirely separate argument. And so yeah, that's how I feel that, to combat the problem with shootings and the poor processes of owning a gun, I feel that there should be a tiered system with time requirements and mental health checks and things like that. So the next thing on the list is all this legislation about banning guns and all that. It's not going to stop the violence. It happens. I mean, even in England, they say, oh, we've only had 4 people to have guns. Yeah, people are still dying. And you can take all the guns away and all that. You're still going to have the people illegally doing gun runs, all that stuff. England, this is probably a very poor argument, but like their location, they're surrounded by sea. They're on an island. So you reduce that risk. I mean, you're not really next to a corrupt government, but here in the U.S., we're right next to the corrupt Mexico. Sorry, Hispanics, if you're from Mexico, that, I said that your government's corrupt, but yeah, it's pretty corrupt. I mean, you got the Zetas and all these other gangs, and once you make guns illegal in the U.S., if you ban them, that just opens up another market for them. They just start gun running. So, and that becomes a big market. People are going to start getting the guns that they want. I mean, criminals already have the guns. You can't take that away from them. They're going to get more if you try to do it, or they'll kill you. And even if you try to take guns away from people who are law-abiding citizens, they're probably going to put up a fight. So you can't take it away from them, and banning them from the sale is not really going to fix anything. People are like, they banning weed. I mean, it's not hard to get weed from people, or any kind of drug. You just got to know there are people and you can get it. I mean, it's a bit expensive, but yeah, it's not an incredibly difficult feat. So I think banning them will start open up a huge market for guns, illegal, selling illegal weapons to people. So yeah, I would say that's like my entire viewpoint on gun control. Yeah, this is my first gameplay commentary, so to say. I'm not going to be playing any big games. If I make any more of these, it's going to be some freeware games that I can record and hopefully aren't as laggy. I'm recording my voice using Audacity, so that's a great piece of software. It's free for anyone who wants to use it. I record using desktop recorder. It's pretty good, I guess. I mean, it caused some lag with this game, and this game shouldn't lag. I mean, it's Cube 2 Starbound, and it's supposed to have excellent connection, which it does without the added on of desktop recorder. But yeah, that's the overall thing. I'd like to grow this channel from what it has been, but people will always be, as I put it, be faggots. And I don't mean that in the derogatory term for gay people. I mean, people, the terms change. I mean, that's a separate video in and of itself. But people are going to act stupid. They're going to be faggots. They're going to be gay and all that dumb stuff. Be queers. People are going to try to be edgy. I'm just rambling. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. And I think a lot of the problems, like, with stuff is, like, some people maybe want to seem cool, that, oh, yeah, we support guns, are cool. Oh, no, we don't support guns. There's people who, like, okay, but here's the thing. They try to take away other people's guns. People who don't need guns. A soccer mom who doesn't support, people owning guns, she has no need for a gun. So she should have no opinion on it. Now, for a person who may need a gun for protection or for whatever reason, a farmer or whatever, their opinion, I feel, is more valid than that soccer mom or that, neighborhood mom that doesn't need to use it. But, coming into my video. Bye.